Angel, get over. Come on, Angel. Come on. I'm gonna go out here. All right, Sean. Stay right there. All right, I'm back. It was a miracle of God that I was able to actually get on the stream today. All I wanted to do was paint a little. I ended up on a 4-hour walk with Chong yesterday. And mind you, I'm sick. But I ended up calling. Where is my chalk stuff? Oh, I ended up calling my dental surgeon. And anyways, and I called him to let them know it was an emergency room because they expect a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie, these people expect a lot of money for making you wait months, and then waiting just for one simple thing before I could go see my other dentist. My other side of my jaw ends up getting messed up. So yeah. Oh, all right. But yeah, it's been a day to remember. And then though a good part about my day was after I had to leave work early, just an emergency room because of the dentist taking so long to give me an appointment in November. I decided to take Chong out for a live stream and do Chong stuff. And anyways, while we're doing that, I met a horse trainer. And I guess the horse trainer, she is very good with dogs. So I was supposed to meet up with her today, and I thought I told her that I just didn't feel like it today because I didn't feel good, but I guess this is what goes on in my life. But I mean, I hope everybody could hear me. I don't know. I hope that they can. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can or can't. And I am going to go on Google and look for. I'm going to go look for something. Oh, you can hear me? Oh, good. But yeah, this lady told me my dog was smart as a horse, and she was very. Chong liked her. I was very happy with that. She said, and I tried to get his nails cut, and they had to put a muzzle on him. And anyways, after they put the muzzle on him, he took it off. They tightened it up, and he still took it off. But he likes the horse trainer, and the great thing about it, she's like me. She is autistic. She has horses, and she's trained King Corsos, and she's doing it pretty cheap. I'm only giving her like $40 for a session, which isn't bad. And Chong was, and she's gonna get him the rest of the way because the other trainer I had him with is just too far away. I'm trying to think of what I want to draw now. I've done the Reaper. I've done troll stuff. I think I'm gonna do a witch. My friend loves these things so much that she literally wants 20 of these. And I was just like, OMG. I can't have 20 of these. It takes an hour and a half on stream to do one. I told her, I was like, I don't got that much time. I work. I gotta walk Chong all the time. I was like, there's only so much time in the day. I mean, if there was more time in the day for me, maybe. But yeah, that's how much people like these things. But yeah, I was not able to make 20. But yeah, today I must have been out of it. But I thought I told her I was coming tomorrow because my jaw hurts from them waiting so long and then having to leave work early to go to emergency room just because they are taking so long to get my dental surgery going. And I just told them that they could just take the tooth out. I don't even care. It's in the back. They're probably going to give me one of those partial things that you put up in your mouth, and it's not even a big deal. At this point, I just don't want it. It hurts. Dental work, it hurts more than there. Oh, I'm okay. I took my antibiotic and all kinds of stuff. I do think the dentist is trying to kill me. The lady said they're not trying to, but I think they are. This is why I don't like the doctor. Doctors are terrible. They're expensive. And sometimes they could be heartless. Even when you got insurance, they're heartless. Even when they're getting paid. I've had 3 dentists that I tried to see after that tell me that that the deep clean and the 2 they did should have been sufficient, so I had to pay $500 for the 3rd one. And I told them, guys, these other dentists think you're horrible. So I don't know. To see a dental hygienist, I guess, is a good paying job, but dental surgery, from what I was told at the emergency room, it's hard to find a school for it. And sometimes they're not in the States. Sometimes you got to go out of state for this kind of thing. So I'm stuck with these Kevorkians, and I'm tired of them. I just want to get them out of my life, but I have no choice. They did the 2 deep cleanings. I paid the 500, and then I called them today and just paid them for an extra 2. And hopefully this place could just give me like a partial plates. What if they have 2 teeth in them that I could just put up in my mouth. And then the other dentist could just fill in my little thing. Your name is Virginia. Exactly money hungry. I don't understand that. Are you telling me you're money hungry? I mean, it's not good to be money hungry if you are money hungry. Because you can't die with your money, hun. When you die, if you're greedy, you're the first person that isn't going. When I died, I'm not money hungry. I'm very selfless. This is the way to be when you die, is selfless. Because then you don't have to worry about where you're going and where you're not going. None of this has to matter. But yeah, it's not going to be money hungry. I'm trying to find a simple image of a witch. It's not all scary. I don't like the scary looking witches. But yeah, I'm so excited to find this lady that's a horse train. The crazy thing is she's only like 5 feet tall. Chong is taller than her, and I tell you, it was so funny. She took his paw and brought it back. That was it. The dentist is money hungry. Oh, yes, he is. Oh, yes. They are. They're money hungry bastards is what they are. I've paid them $600 and haven't even got there, and they're making me wait till November 5th. And then they told me to keep taking my antibiotics. I don't know. I don't like these people. I can't stand them. And they're just, ugh. And they could get away with it because apparently the emergency room doctor said that it's hard to go to school for it. Someone needs to open up a school for dental surgery and drop these prices because you could die from infection on your jaw. I mean, that's just facts. There's probably a lot of people in the world that die from this, and it's sad. If you're going around and you're homeless and you're trying to get yourself together and you get a bad enough dental infection, that's gonna kill you in the end. It may not be cancer or anything else. You might die because of your teeth. I mean, that's just the terrible thing about it all. But yeah. And I feel bad about people that don't even have health insurance. This is a fun witch right here. Yeah, I like this one. She looks fun. I don't know if you can see it in here. It's like a little cartoon witch. I love the cartoon witches. Yeah, you could ask a question. I just was having one of these crazy days between dealing with Chong's new trainer. Then I had to get another one of those prong collars because I asked her if she wanted to do the prong collar because his other trainer had him do that. She said she wants to go with prong collar because he got pit. I guess he has pit bull in him, German Shepherd, and he has black lab. But she said that she told me he's stubborn like a horse, so he needs it. But yeah, you can ask a question. I got my stuff here. I just like to do some in the background because YouTube has. Oh, hi, how are you doing, Karan? YouTube has these rules. You can't have music in the background. There's a lot of stuff they say you can't have. So I try to do something that's not that I can do. If you're doing arts and crafts or something and you're not copying off no one, they don't care. And I try to keep my TVs off, everything, because I just want to have a nice chat and not have to worry about all the drama of like, did I pick the right music or this or that? That's where it comes down to with YouTube. And it's okay. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. And I'm okay with it. So that's the way I look at things. But that's why I come over here and do my little drawings. Because arts and crafts is something they can't say is bad. They can't say that I'm copying off no one because I made it myself. And it's just a lot easier. But thank you for all the likes on my videos, especially when I took the lift to our little nature trail. Is Joe being honest with me about marrying me? I could do that because he already said it and he already put it out there, so I could follow the path of energy from there. I could pick up intention, I just can't pick up feelings. once it's already been out there and someone says they're going to do it, it's easy to pick up on that energy. But if they haven't done nothing and they're laying in limbo, it's hard for me to pick up people's energy like that. So, but I could do a pathway on that whole marrying you thing. Oh God, I'll be so glad to have better health. All right. I even ordered another crystal with all this stuff going on with my teeth. It's supposed to be one of those pyramid ones that give positive energy and everything. I'm hoping it helps. I'm hoping it helps my health or something. All right. Your whole situation with Joseph and marriage is a new moon. And a new moon just literally means a new start. So, I mean, it looks like it's the energy's there where he wants to. And it's in the whole in his in all this situation is surrounded by new moon in Gemini and full moon in Virgo. And Gemini just is a communication card because they're always button heads, Gemini, because you have the two faces, which is, where it's indecisive. So he wants to, but there's communication things where there's like, and this just means details and stuff like that. All right, he hasn't told you, and then there's a full moon in Virgo, and a full moon in Virgo just says that you're good enough, and someone has low self-esteem. I see him wanting to marry you, but I just don't. There's a lot of other details, like there's bills and some debt and other stuff going on. So I don't know. I just picking up some kind of money issues. And you should never get married unless you have all your money issues aside and $10,000 put aside for this marriage. I will tell you that I got married the first time because I was pregnant and and that I mean we lasted 10 years, but I got lucky there. But you got to really watch it because if you don't put boundaries and you don't have a nice nest egg before you get married, you can get pregnant at any time. Children are $100,000 from age 0 to 18. That's a lot of money. And then you have to figure out who's 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 paying for the health insurance, who's paying for private school, who's paying for college. And then if a second child comes, you're looking at $200,000. And that's a lot of money. And unless he is willing to give up his entire livelihood and get and fork over all his money and not have any extra money, I would I'd sit down and have a long hard talk because I see a lot of financial debt in that deck. And I tell you that it's financial, marriage is financial, and it is also about love. There's a lot of people that get divorced over money because by the time money situations happen, one blames another. And just a bunch of crazy stuff happens and it never ends up well. It doesn't. So he mentioned his bills and that he had to take out his first, but you got to remember, just because someone's rich doesn't mean that they live within their means. I know my uncle has over $1 million and he's poor because he spends all of his, he owns a horse farm and he's still poor. He literally has so many bills and he has an ex-wife. He did cheat on his ex-wife. So he ended up having to pay out my aunt. He had to give her $100,000, pay $100,000 for each child to go to school. And my uncle, even though he's rich, has no money. And he ended up cheating on the new wife and the old wife because he's rich. Because he said if you're rich, you could go to Las Vegas and have anyone you want for free. Those rich people will cheat on you in a minute. I have a lot of rich people in my family that make a lot of people look poor. And then none of them have money because they spend it all. And believe you me, they don't want to hear the bitching when you say I don't like that you slept with that woman, because that's when they go file for divorce and that's it. And most of my family, I know my one uncle said it was one and done. So he literally is rich. My other uncle's rich also. And he literally he paid for the one child, got a divorce, and he has been nasty to every woman. He told one or two of them he wanted to marry them and used them for sex and left them. So just the rich people are the worst people to get involved with. I will tell you that right now. They're the ones that can get a woman way better and easier than somebody that's poor. And they're the ones that'll cheat on you first. So be careful. I come from a very rich family, and I don't like any of my uncles. They're really nasty and mean, but they put on a really good front. That's true. It is true. And honestly, when these guys end up getting a divorce after they cheat on their wives, my aunt Mims, after she got divorced, she said it was the best thing that ever happened to her. She bought a bar. She got a $500,000 house, and she said, I don't even have to have sex with him no more, and he can have sex with anybody he wants. So I ended up marrying a reborn again Christian that he cheated on her with. And he ended up where I guess her son ended up. It was a crazy story. It was like her son died after he finished out school for engineering. He had $5 million and he went to Germany, got this job, and he had all this money, and he had his mom for his life insurance also. And then their grandpa died, and he bought a brand new Harley Davidson and spent $300,000 on it. And he was on his way to the airport, and he was going to get his Harley Davidson, and I don't know, he was going to do something with it. He ended up getting hit. They hit him with his art to Harley Davidson, and they ended up shipping him his dead body to the States. And his mom got, I think it was $6 million. And then they ended up burying him at the same time with his grandpa. And all my uncle said was, because it was a stepson, he said, "Oh, good, we could buy a horse farm now." And he's having sex with two other women, mind you. So he took the $6 million that her son died for, and they bought a horse farm. And I have I have not been there once, and I won't ride one of those horses because he overcharges every single person at that horse farm. So, I mean, be careful with it because rich people, that especially if he was had money, are the worst people in the world, and they get away with anything, and they could do anything they want him most of the time. This is why I leave a humble life because I cannot stand my family. I like the family, my immediate family that I created, but I don't like the my other family. In the coming month of November, how's it going? Oh, yeah, I'll do yours in a second. All right, Karan wants to know, or Kiran wants to know about what's coming to her in November. So let me do her general reading. But yeah, I tell you, get these guys coming from a rich family. I tell you this with a heavy heart that rich people do not like poor people. I grew up all the time saying, don't look like those dirty homeless people. Even if they are nice to you, it doesn't mean nothing. When you grow up with money and they see someone that doesn't, they judge. And then they'll act real nice, and they might have one pity relationship if you're not rich, but that's it. And they were raised and bred a different way. I didn't care. I told my family when my mom passed away, and they made fun of my mom because she was overweight. I told them I was done with them. Even if I had no money, I was done with them. I put myself through college. I really, really did. I don't deal with that. All right, my little stream's buffering, so hopefully it don't shut down. All right, Karan. Yeah, the thing is the house that I was born at, there was like a lot of bad activity going through there, like spiritually, and my family told me I was crazy. But my uncle ended up moving in there, taking the house from me, and then his wife took it, and her son was going to Ohio State, and was a star football player. He ended up breaking his leg going down the stairs, and he said somebody pushed him. And there a lot of shit went on. It went down crazy, and they said I was crazy, and I said I lived upstairs in my entire life, and that's where I grew up at. And I said there's something there. To this day, I haven't been allowed to go there and cleanse it, so it is what it is, I guess. But Karan, you are in a new moon in Aquarius, and this just means to bring love into a situation. So in November, there's going to be somebody that fancies you, as they used to say in ancient times. And it's going to be a nice person that's your friend that wants to kind of not be, oh my God, this thing. Hang on. I have Microsoft doing all kinds of stuff. And now this other people want to give me an antivirus. But I see a really nice guy that actually liked you, that you wouldn't, that you guys have been friends. But he's scared to say something. And then you got a waxing moon surrounding the situation and a new moon eclipse. So, Sean, what are you doing? There's my little horse. All right, Sean, would you leave the chalk alone and that go back there? There you go. All right. You got the waxing moon and the new moon eclipse. And then the waxing moon is just energy, just that keeps going on an incline. And it's probably because this guy likes you. And when people like you, sometimes they just can't let it go and they just get that feeling more and more. More guys are being these days. And there's a new moon eclipse also. And this is good because this is just means powerful change. And it can mean, I believe in this case, it's going to mean like a change of fortune. I see a change of fortune with your love life in November. I really do. And I feel this guy is really nice too. So I feel November is going to be a good month for you. And it's going to be a good month for me because I'm finally going to get that damn operation on my gums. And hopefully I could get my front tooth fixed and everything else, and my life might be a little bit better so I can get my other better job. All right. Is it SOA? I think it's SOA. Okay, you would. Oh, it's going pretty good. And you're wondering, does Amanda see me and her in a relationship? Energy is in that situation for you. That I can. All right. All right. The situation that you have surrounding Amanda is in a dissembling moon. And in a dissembling moon, it just means that you have to take a breather. You gotta step back and relax a little. And that's whole situation is surrounded by a full moon and a full moon in Taurus. And the full moon just means that somebody hasn't fully given themselves to the relationship, which I'm sensing a feminine energy. Oh, it's buffering. Well, hopefully it stops. All right. Well, hopefully it stops buffering. Is it still buffering? All right. Well, I hope it's not buffering still, but anyways, this whole situation too is in a full moon in Taurus. Also, your dreams need a practical plan. I feel it. There's self doubt and issues here, so maybe just talk to her and see if she's ready to have a committed relationship. I feel that she doesn't know for sure if she wants one or not. So I'm hoping it's not buffering no more. I have like all this Microsoft stuff coming through, and sometimes all this other stuff does, and it's aggravating. You heard that. All right, I'm gonna go to back to my funny little witch. All right, looks like I love this fun cartoon witch. All right, I'm gonna make the hat first. I think that's what I should do. But like I said, you guys are sometimes, and I guess growing up around people that aren't very nice, I have picked up a lot about people that are on the rich side of society and how growing up with money could, and I understand and I see and I understand how small minded they could be at times, and I do. This is why a lot of people that I work with, I understand them because I did the same. I grew up with people like this. And just because someone has money, don't act like they're better than someone that doesn't have money because they're the first people that will screw you over. Oh, good. I'm glad the buffering's over. But yeah, I'm here to tell you guys that. And I just tell you that with a heavy heart because my family is like this. And I'm for the common people. And I walked away from a life of money because people were not nice. And I didn't, after my mother passed away and how they made fun of my mother, I was kind of done with it all. And I guess not everybody with money is horrible, but the majority are. Money does corrupt a lot of people. So I will tell you that. And it is terrible, but this is what happens. And my Uncle Mike, one time, he told me he wanted to take me to Bob Evans. He's always talking about taking me to Bob Evans. And my older son, he goes, Mom, could we go to Bob Evans? And Uncle Mike, I said, why don't you tell him to get two plates, one for one face and one for his other face? He's two-faced. And then my son's like, Mom, come on, you can't say that about Uncle Mike. I said, I sure the hell can. I grew up with him. I go, I know how he is. You don't. My son ended up going to eat with him, and he threw his money towards him. I never went out to eat with him. When my younger son was little, I asked him for diaper money, and I was paying for my own college and everything. He told me no. My son went without diapers, and I was paying school books, and he would not pay for my school books because I didn't want to be racist. So I didn't like that he was mean. He didn't like anybody of color, not at all. He didn't like people that did not have money. He said that all these bitches want to do is just sit there and marry somebody that's rich. And this is how we talked about women. And these same women would come to the house and he would tell them that he loved them and wanted to marry them when he was a star football player. So this is why I guess I kind of veered away from family because I don't think it's right to treat people this way. And I don't. I never have and I never will because my mother was overweight. And then he said, at least you're not ugly like your mom. And that was all I heard. And it was right before she died. She was real sick. He didn't want her in the house for Thanksgiving because he said that she would embarrass him, and this is how he acted. So, this is why I will not eat at Bob Evans with him. So, I mean, don't glorify the rich and don't give in to they love you and they can put together your whole life. It just means you're the flavor of the week sometimes. My uncle would use women, all of my uncles did, like they were yesterday's trash. And he did not like anybody that wasn't Caucasian. And that was the truth. But he would have sex with people that weren't Caucasian. That was the crazy part about it. You would think he'd only have sex with white people, but no. He had sex with other people that wasn't white, and this is it. But he lied to them and got all the sex out of them and would bring them around the house. And the one time I had to tell them that my uncle is just planning to have sex with you and leave. And he got mad at me because he wanted to have sex with them. And this is what people do. So, are there any third parties in my person's energy? Well, who's your third person? I mean, are you talking about dead people or just other people in general? Because you can have energy of the living and the dead. There's two kinds of energy you can have. Most people always have energy of the living and so occasionally the dead, depending if you were close to someone or not. So I guess that's the question here. Okay. Look, the witch is not looking bad, but yeah. Let me know if that's what you're asking. I gotta be specific because I've always seen dead people. I've always been like this the sixth sense, even since I was a kid. It's probably why I survived in such a horrible family of manipulative people. It could have been. Thank God I was able to talk to somebody that wasn't horrible like that because they're pretty horrible. I'm not even sure if some of them died yet, and they probably did. And if they did, I'm glad because I'm not even worried about it. And I know it sounds terrible, but when people are mean like that, sometimes you just don't care. And it's true. It is. Okay. All right, I want to do the face here, but I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, but let me know what kind of third parties you're talking about, living or the dead. And I'm gonna work on this here. The hair stops here. Alright, I'm gonna put the arms, I'm gonna start here so I know where to kind of put my neck. Alright, there's a curve for that. Alright, there we go. Alright, this could just be a big hair. Alright, we're just gonna go down this way. I'm gonna come over here. this is here. Starting this like this, as I feel it would be better before I did the face if I got kind of where I'm at, and then fill in the face. And the neck should go right here. All right, she got a real skinny neck because it's a cartoon, and it's okay. It's a cartoon. All right. A little V like this. Like it's not bad. I'm becoming a decent sketch artist. I'm really proud of myself. See, the funny thing is, my husband was actually a football player for my uncle because he's a football coach. And the funny thing is, my husband's not is not white, so he was the one when found out that was my uncle. He was like, "That's your uncle?" Because my husband's mixed, but he looks like he's just darker skinned and that's it. Because he has Jamaican other stuff in him. And it's funny because he went to like and like he went to a decent school and all that, but he was a minority in that school. I mean, I didn't meet him till years later. I was already married before this event, you know what I mean? So, but the crazy thing is, when he found out that was my uncle, he was like, "Oh my god!" And I was thinking, well, my uncle's reputation just really discerns him. I just told my husband, I don't care. I was like, I'm just over it. I don't even like my uncle because I don't. But he was like, if he ever stops by or anything, that's it. I think he would have more fun with it than me. I would just be like, I don't even want to talk to you. But yeah. Are you guys voting? I generally don't talk about things like this, but I really think that Trump is going to be president. There is so much different controversy going on. I have a lot of Hispanic friends and stuff at work, and they all seem to dislike Trump, but now he's getting a lot of votes of minorities. He actually got the minority vote for um for the Black Americans. They or the I always forget what's the appropriate word to say. It's not like talking about it, but yeah, he actually got to where a lot of the minorities and everybody's supporting him now. He got the Latinos and a bunch of stuff. My mother-in-law, though, she hates his guts. Hates his guts, and I was like, you can hate him, but this time around, he actually did get some people. She's voting against him. I was hoping the woman would get it, but they're not predicting this, so I don't know. I think it's gonna go, it's like gonna be a crazy election at these polls. And this is the first time he is actually, last time he didn't have the minority vote. That was the crazy thing. This time he does. And then there was a thing on TikTok, he was at McDonald's working. I was like, okay. There was a whole TikTok video with him, and I thought it was a spoof. I really did. But I guess it wasn't. But I don't know. These elections are just they're turning out to be more of a crazy media show than anything. It's just getting sad these days. Instead of the whole issues of people suffering and stuff, they just focus on other stuff and it makes me sad. So, I don't know. Right, I'm gonna put the happy Halloween over here. But yeah, my mother-in-law was asking me if I'm voting, and I was like, I told her this year I'm not. I was like, it's just I told her that I don't understand where anybody's coming from. Everybody, it's going to be crazy at these polls. I feel that people are going to be even downright. They might need security at these polls. I mean, I think it's going to get that deep where they're going to have security guards. And I have never said that. I mean, I'm 50 years old and never seen an election that's been so cutthroat and people just crazy. Even with Al Gore and all that, when they had that with the Bush, I thought that was crazy. This is just more dramatic. I don't even know if I want to be in the polls with all this going on all around and the people just overreacting and this and that. They might need the police there. Everybody's getting very. Ugh. Oh, hi, Sancha. I think you've been in here before. I finished my little witch. Now I just got to paint her it. I love the cartoon ones. They really are my favorite, the cartoons. I do enjoy doing them more than anything else. I love it. I don't know. There's something fun with a cartoon flair to things. All right. And now with my million brushes over here. I ordered like 50 of them. This is what I do with my life, pretty much. And then this will go to my friend. At least she'll have three, and I've had four. I can't believe she wanted 20 of these. She's ordering an entire haul. And then she was like, and she knows I come over here and I draw and paint. I don't know why she couldn't tell me she needed 20 of these earlier. And I told her, I was like, and then she goes, I want to pay you. I was like, I really don't need the money. I was like, I'm okay. But I was like, I don't think it's possible. And her party's on the 27th. And I have to work. God forbid I don't make it to the nursing home and work. They'll come here and grab me. Yeah, you can have a love reading. Yeah, my work literally will come here and kidnap me and tell me to go to work. I have been there for so long and they like to I just don't see it of me getting out of work. And then she wants me to go to this party. I don't know. I'm just telling them I don't need the money and I don't want the money, but I can't have 20 of these either. And then she says, I don't care what character it is. And I'm thinking, I'm not capable of it. I don't have people helping me that can draw. So, all right. Sasha, your love reading is in your love situation is in a new moon in Aquarius. That's nice. And this just means that I see somebody that is your friend that you don't feel like romantic feelings towards, but he likes you type thing. And you're kind of afraid of, he's afraid that things are going to change if says if he loves you or doesn't love you. So, which is good. I mean, he's trying to make sure that whatever your guy have is real or not real. And your whole love situation surrounded by a new moon eclipse and a waxing moon. A new moon eclipse is powerful change. So there's going to be something that happens that triggers another event, pretty much. Like a domino effect. I feel it's gonna be something that seems kind of bad that draws the person near you that needs to be near you. And you got a waxing moon also, and this is when your energy just kind of gets its momentum going. It gains energy. It gets a little bit higher energy each time. So I feel something's going to happen, and I feel it's going to happen to lead you right into the arms of this person. And I feel it's going to happen during the holiday season. And I'm not talking about my favorite holiday, I'm talking about most people's holidays. So, which is Thanksgiving and all that. For me, my big holiday is Halloween. I could give a damn about Christmas or Thanksgiving. I just don't care. Yeah, you can have a love reading for what's in the future. You're 20, never dated before, and oh well, that's good. Yeah, December holidays. Yeah, I don't like them. That's just me. Some people don't like certain holidays. I mean, my son was born around Christmas. My mom died a week before Christmas. This is why I don't like Christmas. There's a lot of death in my family around Christmas. There's always been a lot of death around Christmas time. And there's more suicide, people that commit suicide around Christmas also. So there's high suicide rates somehow in our family. People died of natural causes around these December holidays. So no one's done nothing. I haven't had anything horrible happen to me on Halloween, so I'll stick with my Halloween. But I'm not against Christmas. I'm just not trying to go out of my way to celebrate it fully. I might put up a Christmas tree this year, but that's about it. And make somebody a painting, and I'm done with it. All right. Now, all right. Avini or Avani? Let's come in the future. I could do a love reading for you, but oh, good. All the Halloween lovers. I'm going to be enjoying this holiday season. I got more Halloween paintings that I've been putting up my house than I will for Christmas. My best friend, her sister got an expensive Christmas wreath she's getting me for my door. I'm going to put it up just to be nice, but Oh, your grandmother passed away on Christmas. Just see, I don't know what it is. So many people pass away on Christmas. My mother a week before Christmas, and it's so sad because you're opening up these presents sometimes when it's a little bit before Christmas of the people that died, and it even makes it more disturbing. So, yeah, Avani, you wanted a love reading. I don't know why that's unrestricting. So, I don't know. I don't understand. I'm trying to learn these YouTube guidelines and stuff. I actually tried to answer all the comments today also. I answered a bunch of comments that on the comments manager. So, alright, your love reading, Avanchi, is a full moon in Pisces. And this is to balance your spirituality and practicality. Pretty much it's saying to work on you, and to be practical is to like get your money together. You know, like go on, or if you wanted to have like if you want to get a nursing program or get a doctorate, go ahead and do that. But don't forget about your inner self also. So, and that's not bad. And then you got a new moon in Libra also, and a cardinal moon. And this is a new and a new moon in Libra is a new romantic cycle. And a cardinal moon is to be bold and make the first move. I feel you're gonna meet whoever you're gonna meet in school. So I say just be a strong woman. Don't let these men do anything to you. Don't let these men even touch you. You could. I stayed a virgin for till I was 16. I wish I waited till I was 20. But I'm always for staying a virgin the longest. But don't listen to these men. They get horny and want to sleep with you. That's their issue. So that's how these guys are. You can't be dealing with that. You're the one that's going to end up having the baby. You're the one that is going to have to figure out, about money issues, because the baby stays with you first and then goes with the guy. So you guys got to remember that it's a life lesson there. And a lot of times the guys, if they're bitter, they won't help you just because they're building a court case to try to get the baby from you. Because in the end, if they want their kids and they gotta, oh my god, and if you got a guy with money and you got their kid and you don't have a good job, you might as well kiss the full custody goodbye, bye, bye. They will get a bloodthirsty lawyer. My uncles have done it. My uncles seriously have done it. So, oh, you're waiting for the right one. I do it because don't wait for the right one. I tell you this because I've seen a lot. I've seen my family do a lot of shady stuff. Lot of shady stuff. Usually, if somebody with money marries somebody that doesn't have money, it's because they want the upper advantage sometimes. They know if they divorce you and they have a lot of money and they own the house, they own you and they own the children. You got to remember that also. And I know this because I grew up with people that have had money and are shady people. And shady people are horrible. Horrible. And the people that are the shadiest are the people with money. That's just the way it is. And they're the greediest and not the nicest. As my mom used to always tell me, that money is the root of all evil. If you see a lot of money around a situation, generally there's a lot of evil around it. Somebody that has a lot of money that's giving it away is different, and that's a rarity. See, if I ever got a lot of money, I would probably I would be literally starting my own charities. I'm not going to lie. I would not want to keep money like that. I obviously would get my dog shelter. That's just a given. But I would like to start a shelter for women that are battered. I would like to start a homeless shelter, and I would like to start some drug counseling services because I feel that this meth problem. I used to work at a drug rehab place when I was younger, and this was just for cocaine and like God, what was it? It wasn't coke. It was coke too, yeah, but heroin. And the stuff that's out now is worse than heroin, and I feel that there should be somebody that puts money towards getting people off of meth because I dealt with heroin addicts. And some of them got better, some of them didn't. But I feel just because they're on these drugs and they don't people discard them like they don't exist. These are people's mothers. They're people's daughters. And I feel that if I ever got rich that I would have these houses to help people that was on drugs cuz working in drug counseling, I was on the nursing end. I would hold their bucket while they threw up. But I heard that this meth is making people into zombies, and there's a lot of YouTubers up here talking about the whole meth situation, and it's pretty scary. And I'm here to tell you guys these are regular average people like me and you that are getting stuck into really bad situations and just got addicted to the wrong thing. Wherever it came from, it's here, and we're gonna if we don't try to do something about it. Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't have to subscribe to get a tarot reading, but thank you. I just do it because I'm over here on live chat doing my little paintings and stuff, and it's just something I do. I mean, it's not everything I do, but it's something I do. But thank you for your subscription. I appreciate it. I like to do things, I like to try to do something with my life sometimes besides nursing. And some of my people at work, I work with a lot of Catholics, and they think this is the devil's work. So I don't really get to do a lot of tarot readings. And the crazy thing is, I actually like to do them. So this is why I'm over here. I do like to have, live chat, and I think it's fun. To me, I don't go out. I don't, besides medical marijuana, I really don't do any drugs. And honestly, I can't even do that anymore because of my jaw, the way it is to November 5th. Because November 5th, I am going to be going there with bells on. And I just want all of this done, and I'm probably going to be so out of it. I don't know. I may pass out after the deep cleaning and all this pulling the teeth and everything else. I mean, it's only three, but it's going to be pretty bloody and nasty and towards the end. All right, you have a question. All right, well, I'll be happy to answer it when it's through. I got it to 60 minutes. This is what I thought what YouTube does. They put it on at least 7 minutes. So I will answer whatever you guys want me to answer. But really, I this is my fun time, as crazy as that sounds. For a person that really just kind of just keeps to themselves and does their own, just like kind of goes around the house and takes care of my dog, this is what I do for fun. I know this sounds crazy, but this is just literally what I do for fun. Oh, another new subscriber. Oh, thank you. Yeah, sometimes when I started this journey, it was just I felt sad about the world. I really do. And I still kind of feel sad. I feel I go just, I always been in loving YouTube. My kids love YouTube. Who doesn't love YouTube? You come on YouTube, you hear about human traffickers, you hear about animal abusers, and I felt that I should do my part. And that's why I'm here. I feel like there's so many good YouTubers out there doing those social experiments and stuff because and trying to do their part. And I felt if I could help somebody in this awful world, why not? So the only way I can help you is to give you some advice and a tarot reading, but if that's what I could do, that's really all I could do. And I do try to pray for people too. That I do. But this is all I got. I got nature videos, dog walks, and advice from the other side of the tracks. I like to call it because my husband's from humble beginnings. He really is. And I get it. I grew up with some money and rich people. So I come from one side of the tracks and most of America came from the other. But I try to give whatever advice I can to people to help them because this world is not what it used to be. And it'll chew you up and spit you out like a great white shark. It really will. All right. Well, what great things are heading my way? All right. This is Deja. All right. Deja Rogers. All right. There's a Deja that works with me, but I don't think you work with me. Maybe you do. I don't know. Every once in a while, my working people come in the live stream, but not very often. All right, Deja. I got for what's coming for you. I'm just gonna put. Well, I'm just gonna put between now and November type general reading. All right, you're right now in a new moon in Capricorn. And a new moon in Capricorn just means that you've been working hard at your financial and yourself, and it's coming around, and you're getting, and that's great. It takes time to do that in life, and I understand. I've had to go through it myself. And then you're surrounded by a new moon in Leo and a new moon in Taurus. And this is very good money horoscope, Deja. Very good. Yeah, it is Deja, I think. Yeah, I've worked with the Deja. That's how I know how to pronounce your name. You might be one of the few names I don't know how to pronounce that I know how to pronounce. And anyways, you got the new moon in Leo is confidence. Let's talk about confidence and success. So just have more self confidence in yourself, I guess. And you got the new moon in Taurus, which always it means prosperity. So I mean, I see more. I see really good money in your future. So I mean, that's really good. It's always good to have a little money because then you can have things that you could do things you always wanted to do. That's the one thing money does for you. You want something done, no one says nothing if you got the right amount of money. That's how people get out of legal trouble that were clearly guilty. They get the right lawyer, they're out of trouble. So that's just how life goes. But yeah, you're doing great. Yeah, I see really good prosperity for you. Stay on the path you're at. So, and I'm glad that you're a new subscriber, and I'm glad I could have helped you in this crazy world we live in. Because I do try to help people with whatever insight I have, because I feel if we all don't stick together, we're going to fall apart. And we all need each other. I feel every single buddy on this earth needs each other, and we need the animals with it. I am big with animals. I'm autistic, so I do have a special connection with them, and every autistic person does. Even the horse trainer I'm hiring, she's autistic too. And a lot of people think we're stupid, but we're not. Oh, well, thanks. But yeah, we're the it's and she actually wants to come on the channel because she wants to talk about autism and stuff. Because there's high functional, there's different types of autism. And Albert Einstein was autistic also. And I told her, let's do it. And she's going to let me. Oh, you are so welcome. And I'm so glad you're our new friend. But she's gonna let me tape her training Chong because he's not done with all the service dog training. I literally the other trainer is so far away, and I have a problem with dexterity, so I it's hard for me to drive. But she lives in the city I live in. All I got to do is take a lift. So, and it's not even that far. And I was gonna give her $40, but my husband was like, "Well, how much she charging you?" I said, "I think I'm getting the autistic discount because she's autistic and she trains horses." So he was like, and Chong loves her, and she doesn't have to put a muzzle on him or nothing. She is like a horse whisperer. She said he was smart as a horse, and my husband started laughing. All right, how does Kay, my love interest, currently feel about me? What is going to happen between us romantically? I could do a pathway on the energy of your relationship, but I can't tell you what he's going to choose or not choose. Because free will has a big thing in that. He could always choose the good road or the bad road. That's just God. God gives us the choice to choose good or bad. That's just how life goes. So I can tell you that, but I can do the energy pathway, and hopefully he chooses the right one. I'm hoping he does because it's not good to choose bad energy. I always try to choose good energy. Even when people are mean to me, I'm nice to them. So I think it was Winston Churchill that says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So just remember I believe it, I think it was Winston Churchill that said that. But yeah, that was a wise man right there that said this. So you should always, if you doubt something, keep them real close. Pretend you like them. And then the ones that are you're as close to, just give a little leeway and don't spend so much your energy. But all right, this K person, your whole situation with that person is in a full moon in Capricorn. And this is the end of a tough cycle approaches. There was just a lot of stuff going on, and it's the drama's gonna end pretty much. And it's surrounded by a void of course moon, which whatever situation was going on, nothing's gonna come of it, bad or good. And the full moon in Leo represents pride getting in somebody's way. I feel that K is letting pride get in his way. I feel a masculine energy. So I mean some females have masculine energy, so I feel that they're feeling themselves. And as long as they do, the situation's not gonna change. But your cycle is gonna change. The tough situation is just done. So at least it's gonna be done and the circle's done and you could start over new. So that's always a good thing. It's always good to start over. Starting over is sometimes a blessing because you can let that past go. I've started over different things in my life. It's not always romantic. It could be all kinds of starting over. Any kind of painful situation when and you start over, it's like a breath of fresh air. You could take all that energy, get through it, and just separate yourself, get yourself a nice healing crystal, and just take a deep breath out and relax and do something you'd always wanted to do. All right, let me see. A general rating for Vailna D. Hopefully, I'm getting your name right. I did take speech class because I do have autism when I was younger. My mom used to try to hide it, and sometimes I mispronounce names that I should have known how to pronounce. But I've had years of training in speech class in college and stuff to do it, but sometimes it comes out with pronouncing of names, which is crazy. And I was able to control stuttering also through very good speech therapy. But Savannah, your general reading, you are in a new moon of Aries, and it just means that you got to take action. It just represents you're in like one of those limbo states in your life where you're not going forwards or backwards. You're just chilling in the middle. It's not good, not bad. It's just you're just there, which isn't bad. It just means you eventually got to do something. Then your path is surrounded by North Node and a full moon in Cancer. A North Node just means you to make a change of some sort. You got to step out of your comfort zone. It doesn't even, I don't feel this isn't all romantic, honestly. I feel like this is like family related and it's just you just feeling out of uncomfortable and stuff type thing, and just people annoying you type thing too. But sometimes when friends try to tell you something and make you feel uncomfortable and talk behind your back, sometimes you got to put them in your place. This happened to me at work. I had to put my friends in their place. And it hurt because it was my friends I had for a long time. They all apologized to me and this and that, but in the end, it didn't damn matter. But you got to put people in their place sometimes. You're a person, you're a human being, and you got feelings. You got to remember you have feelings. And in this world, nobody cares about if you have feelings when they're feeling themselves. And you're surrounded by a full moon in Cancer. And this just talks about a personal issue. It's reaching resolution. It's reaching its conclusion. Like if it was a book, it's the last chapter. So the personal issue that's plaguing your life, you're going to get an answer to it. And I feel you're not going to like it. And if you don't like it, you could always paint, and you could start I could give you advice about what chalk and everything to buy. I taught myself how to paint. I really did. I did take it in art class like years ago, but I'm pretty much teaching myself how to paint. So when this personal issue comes, painting could be an option, or some people like reading, or a musical instrument helps. I wish I could do a musical instrument. I tried to play guitar, but I wanted to be like Eddie Van Halen and all them. But I was not meant to be a guitarist. I wanted to be one, and I love guitar, but not everybody could be one. But I was able to do this little sketch art, which somehow helps, and people like it, and you can make decorations out of it. I mean, if all else fails, try to do some sketch art. I just go on Google and look for simple sketches, and I was told you work your way up. So that's what I can tell you about that. That's the advice I've been given. That's why I'm doing these cartoon witches and everything, because eventually I'm going to work up to other pieces that are more adult. But you can't make a really nice face like Thomas Edison and those realistic faces overnight. It takes years. Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I was, instead of being here being depressed and thinking about how my jaw hurts and this and that, and before I took my medicine again, I decided to come talk to my friend. So I figure because the husband's at work, he can't leave because he's the boss. So what are you gonna do? So I come on the live stream and I talk to you guys, and it's nice. Yeah, I wouldn't charge for a reading. You don't charge for advice from a priest, so why would anybody charge for a reading? This is why I don't understand. Everybody's charging for this, and I don't know why. It's like literally walking into a church and having the church say, "Oh, you got to pay for that blessing, or you got to pay to for confession." If you're able to see things, you should not charge for this. I think it makes it tainted if you do. This is just my view. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to disregard every tarot card reader, but I feel it takes the goodness out of it. I really do. And I feel it makes it kind of like dark because you're not supposed to charge people. Priests are not supposed to charge. But they do. They charge to come clean your house and this and that. I mean, I don't know if their blessings are very good if they're charging for a house cleansing, but these are just my personal opinions. I mean, if you are a priest, it's kind of weird that you'd be over here at a tarot reading thing, but I like priests. I grew up in Catholic school. That's why I know about them and I will talk about them because I went 12 years to a Catholic school, Roman Catholic at that. So I know how they are. All right. Well, I get justice for what N had done in past. All right. I can see the energy on that situation, Raul, which I think I actually got your name right. I could see what I could do a justice reading for you because it's the same thing as reading sin. Somebody create a sin is definitely, I guess, talking about sin. Sin is negative energy that was intentionally done to someone else. It's easy to sniff out. So, Raul, we will find out about the sin of this person because sin is easy to track. It's un it's intentions that are kind of back and forth that are hard to read, but this is easy. All right, that negative energy of the injustice is in North Node, and this is about stepping out of your comfort zone. I feel this person that committed this sin against you is pretending that it never happened, and you're crazy, which is the worst kind because these are the people that won't admit they did anything, but they're the ones that did a lot of the stuff. So I don't like those kind of people. I get you. And your whole sin situation, I'm calling it sin, is you got a new moon in Aries and a full moon in Cancer. And the new moon in Aries is just means it's time to take action. And I feel that this is a confronting type thing because they're lying and they keep continuing to lie. And they're trying to cover up lies with other lies, which is the worst you could do is to lie upon lie upon lie. And then this is all the whole situation surrounded by a full moon of Cancer also. And this just means a person issue reaches its resolution. It's end time. I feel that when this personal issue comes to comes to a boil, you have to pretty much stick up and keep your distance. But I feel the situation is going to play out on its own. But your name's going to be dragged through the mud for a little bit. I do feel that. So I would just prepare to defend yourself, and if you have to, just tell that person just leave me alone and stuff, and I feel it's gonna play out. But this is an awful person. So that's what I would do. I would just stay clear of it and just act like you don't care. I do that a lot. And if you don't act like you care about it and let it play out, it it literally makes you look real good and the other person real bad. So that's what I got on that one, which isn't bad. I've been through this recently at work. So I want to say about 2 months ago. And we got when will Travis Road, talk to me. Oh, you're welcome. I'm here to help you because this is the only way I know how to help anybody. I mean, I was just raised in a very secluded background. I really don't know how to relate to other people, and it doesn't help being autistic. But if I can help you with in a reading, I mean, if that's what I have to offer, I will give it because I'm here to help you guys. Because this is what I'd like to do. This is what I want to do. I want to try to help for peace. And what's more peaceful than talking to the people and them? I mean, that's what it is. That's what we're all supposed to do. So you are very welcome. And if you have any other problems, let me know because I have problems every day. I mean, I have problems driving and I'm autistic, and I got people that in my past have called me stupid and all kinds of stuff. And thank God my family had money because that's how I got extra speech therapist. I got private school. This is how I got all this stuff. And I feel bad for people that it can't afford it and people that didn't get this kind of beginning. So whatever I have to offer to people to help people while I'm still living, I will. That's why I'm over here. I want to try to open up a drug rehab center and a dog shelter because my uncle Mike's not going to help me. I'll tell you that much. He's too busy trying to have gold plates. Yeah, I went to his house the one time and I broke a gold plate. It was like had the gold rims and stuff, and he paid a lot of money for this, and I heard about it for 2 years. That's how much he enjoyed his gold plates. So I get it. And I know how shitty people can be. So if you need somebody to talk to feel better about the shitty people in the world, I'm here. But that's all I can do is things like this. I mean, once I get to have a little more money, like, I don't know, Mr. Beast and all of them, I can actually have money to go out and do more things, but being low budget and just working and nursing, this is about all I could do. And then show you happy nature time. That's about all I could do, but I feel I have to come and do something because the world's falling apart. So, but yeah, I'm glad to have helped you. I'm seeing if there's any more questions. Oh, Alpha. I thought I got you. Maybe I was. Oh, does S love me? You know, this sometimes happens. Sometimes I'm not used to being popular. Sometimes I get a lot of little questions that come through. So if I missed it, just put it in again. Because sometimes I do overlook it. I'm not used to being this popular at all. So, all right, you want to know if S loves me? We're not in contact. Oh, well, thank you. I love you too. I love people that are friends of humanity. I can tell you what pathway she is with with you two in a relationship or the circumstance, but I can't tell you the feelings, but I can tell you where the energy is with you guys together. That's about all I can tell you there because of that free will thing. You know, Darth Vader tried to take over because he didn't like free will, but sometimes it's a nasty little thing and it has to happen free will. So, but that whole relationship with you and S, I think it was S, right? S. That whole thing is in a full moon in Aries. And this is and a full moon in Aries is a fire, is the fury. There's a lot of anger in this path. She's angry about something. And she's surrounded by a new moon in Leo and a new moon in Aquarius. And the Leo, new moon in Leo is always this is a card about confidence and success. And it's saying she doesn't have confidence. So, and she wants to be more successful, but I'm feeling a female energy. Some men have female energy too at times. So, if I got the wrong sex wrong, I just feel female energy. But yeah, I'm just feeling that she's not confident and she's trying to get more money for some reason. Maybe she got bills, I don't know. And then she got a new moon Aquarius, and this is just talks about bringing love into a situation. I don't know. I'm feeling that she has a crush on somebody else too. And that person is not liking her that much. And almost like her is turned her down. Somebody doesn't want to be her boyfriend. And she's angry about that too. Oh, he's your friend. Oh, that maybe that's why he don't want to be involved with her. She's upset he don't want to be involved with her. That's all I'm picking up. And she can't and she's doing horrible at work. So I feel bad for your friend. So at least you know your friend's not betraying you because I feel that she's mad because he won't be with her. So I hope I was of help to you. Sin I can pick up easy. That's an easy pathway to pick up. Alright, N cheated on me last year. Shall I do something about this or leave it on karma? I would leave that on karma because if you retaliate on anything, even if they did something really, really bad to you, sometimes it comes the same thing that comes onto them comes onto you. I had this happen to me before, and it wasn't good. And I had bad karma because I got even with that person. So I would literally sit there, wish them the best of luck. And you know what? At this point, if you find someone that's up for a rebound relationship and you guys have an agreement of you just want to kind of don't have a relationship but be with each other to end and they're pretty, and it's going to make them jealous, do that. Because I mean, when women are getting divorced, this is what they do. They go find somebody that agrees to make the other person jealous, and sometimes they even get together, sometimes they don't. I have friends that went through and had divorce parties, so I've lived a crazy life. But yeah, leave that to karma because if you mess with that too much, it's gonna. If you do meet someone you do like, something may happen. And you don't want that. You don't. All right, Stella, you want to know who will be my future spouse? Well, I could do a love reading, but you have everybody has three plus possibilities. There's just not one soulmate for one person. And there isn't. I've had this conversation, Sylvia, with my sister. And she tried to tell me this one night that she has to be with this one guy. Now she's pregnant and regretting it. And I said, you had possibilities. You have other choices. You don't have to be with just one person. There's always a choice. There's always different choices. So keep that in mind. But I will do your love reading. So, oh, hello. How are you? But I will do a love reading. But keep in mind, you're going to have other possibilities. That's why you get married multiple times. And then sometimes you're only meant to be with somebody for a little bit, and sometimes they mess up and the universe gives you another soulmate. This is what they do. This is, I call them they. They kind of mess with our life. Oh, S is the guy. Oh, okay. Okay, so are you a. Okay, I was gonna say if you're a girl or a guy. I was just picking up feminine energy. Sometimes some men have feminine energy, especially when you're like in love. It's like a feminine energy. Oh, my friend Katrina's calling me. All right, I'm just gonna let that go. I'll call her back later. All right, I'll call you back, Katrina. I'm streaming. Okay, like 9 is the channel clouded? Is the channel? Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Now my computer's attached to my phone. I think that's why you guys can hear me better. Okay, is the channel clouded guidance tarot faking her identity? Yeah, I meant he's in love, but sometimes some energy appears feminine and some appears masculine, but sometimes we give off different energies. Like if you're like really mad and angry, sometimes even women could give off a masculine energy. Or if you're transgender, where you're a man in a woman's body or a woman in a man's body, you can give off different energies. So it gets confusing. So sometimes I got to remember that also because usually if I know the person, it's different and but if I don't know you personally, I'm just picking up that. Oh, good. I'm glad because I unplugged something my computer and I usually have this Bluetooth and it tells me to disconnect my phone and my phone's connected to my computer. But I unhooked another thing and I like these headphones better because somebody gave these to me and they actually work good. So, but yeah, I meant he's in love. But yeah, but I pick up different energies, and that's why I just like don't take it like to heart. I mean, I could be just someone from the LGBT community, or I could be picking up somebody off a situation that's just given off masculine or feminine energy, also, because I have never actually met you in person. So I'm just reading your energy as much as I can this way. But the channel guided, I've never been on this channel, but if this lady is saying that she can tell people's feelings and she can like tell what people are thinking, I think they are faking it because I've died twice and seen the maker and came back and I tell you that free will is pretty damn strong, and nobody can tell you what someone's thinking. And there's certain circumstances you can kind of dance around and to try to find out a little bit of the information, but not everybody knows everything. That I can't tell you. And if this person from that channel, Cloud Guidance, is saying this and saying they can do these things, they can't. This is why I would never, ever charge for reading. Because you just can't. You can't do these things. And it's okay, because why would you want to? I mean, that's just, I mean, how I feel about it. And that's why I do a lot of different variety of things, because this is what I do with my friends. Because it's fun to do. And my friends know I have my guidelines of what I can tell them and I can't tell them. So I mean, I've never been over there, and I'm so busy with Chong and doing nature videos, I don't think I will, but pay attention when people are talking about that. So, and what they say that they can actually do and not do. And if they're saying they could do stuff that only God would know, then they are probably faking it. Because I can't tell what you guys are feeling. After you put the energy out there, I could tell you the situation and what energies I'm picking up, but that's all I could do. So, all right, let me see if there's another question. I think this is the most poppin' stream I've had in forever. Oh, I'm good today. All right, so what is it? Alsha Sharaf? Okay. Oh, you want to know if this guy has a crush on you? All right, I could do that for you. I could see, like, if he's putting out feelings of romantic out there. That I could pick up. That I could, like, because that's easy, because people have crushes on people all the time. And that's not an intrusion of anything. That's energy you put out there. Especially when you, like, if a guy or girl goes by, you go, oh, that's a nice butt. You know, you're putting out that energy. That's not an intrusion of anybody, because you're feeling it and you're putting it out there. That is not against the universal laws. So, all right, this us guy, he, it is S, right? Yeah, S. Okay. Yeah, he is in a balsamic moon, and just means a time for healing. I feel he was in a relationship and he got burned. That's what I'm picking up. Or there was just hurt. He got hurt or disappointed, something like that. I don't know, that's what it feels like to me. It all kind of, her disappointment and hurt feel the same. And he's also in a new moon of Aries. And I mean, he's surrounded by a new moon of Aries and a north node. And a new moon of Aries just means that he has to take action and do something. They don't, the spirits and does, I mean, it's not healthy for us to be in one situation all the time where we're just constantly stalemate and we're always depressed. That's not where spirits or anybody, that's not healthy to be in. So eventually you got to break that cycle. But he's also has the North Node, and that's will tell you to step out of your comfort zone and do something. I do feel he has a crush on you, but he's scared because he likes you. Like they used to say when I was little. Does he like you or like you likes you? But he likes you. And he's trying not to be a jerk, which is good because you don't want someone to be a jerk to you. So I do feel he does have a crush on you. I'm picking up this, but I'm picking up where he's kind of like scared to admit his feelings because I mean it leaves you vulnerable. It does. To share to somebody that you love and all that just really makes you vulnerable. So I do feel he has a crush on you. All right. If I could her country of origin as well. Oh my god. Why would she want to fake her country as origin? That's crazy. I don't even think YouTube allows this. I don't understand why she'd even want to do that. That's crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't go over there and try to listen to anything that woman said, especially if she's trying to not be deceptive. I mean, I'm not being deceptive. I'm from the United States and I live in Ohio. And I'm verified on Facebook, but you shouldn't lie about these things. I mean, you don't have to give the exact city you live in, but if you're up here, you're supposed to know, YouTube knows where you live, so to give your country and state isn't a big deal. So, I mean, I would never give my city because who knows? I have these people on this WhatsApp app. I don't even have WhatsApp. And then they talking about a Telegram, and my mother-in-law talks crazy stuff. She tells me these scammers, they have pictures all the time and say they're people they're not. And they always want to go on Telegram or WhatsApp and all this. And I don't have any of that. I pay for extra Microsoft security. I actually got rid of a lot of my apps. Oh, you're in Ohio too? Yeah, that's where I get most of all my shots. I think we have really good wildlife in Ohio. And watch out for the wolf coyotes. I seen one of them by my apartment. And in Ohio, we are so far right now in the United States, we're the only ones that have wolf coyotes, and they're pretty damn nasty. Oh wow, a lot of Ohio people. I'm really having a really good day today. But yeah, they're wolf coyotes, and they're about 250 pounds. Me and Chong were walking up the street. It was kind of like a little bit dark out, and it was crossing the street into the where I call it Chong Park because so I don't give out my location, so I don't get swatted and all this stuff. But I was going to the place that I call Chong Park all the time that I when I do videos over there, and he or she was crossing through, and I swear that thing was so tall. It came up to where a little above my hips, and it looked huge. It was almost at least 250 pounds. And the coyotes were mating with dogs. Now they're mating with wolves. And they're pretty dangerous. They're snatching up dogs out of their yard. And the one lady was terrified. It was on the police blotter and everything. She was trying to save her dog, and before she could, the wolf coyote went over the fence and ate half of her dog. And she had to run in the house, and she called the police, and there was nothing nobody could do. They will literally come in your backyard. And it's crazy. I told my apartment we heard howling. And when I say we heard howling, it was loud as hell because I live in like the back buildings. where it's real dark, and I'm a heavy sleeper. And I was sleeping and it woke me right up, and it was like The Howling, the movie with, the horror movie, The Howling. And I was like, and the first thing I said was Chong, and my husband was gaming at that point, and he was live streaming on Twitch, and everyone on Twitch heard it, and their howls are super loud. They're louder than a regular coyote one. It sounds really like I heard about coyote sightings. Luckily, I haven't seen any. Yeah, I've seen them, and I was not very far away from them. I was maybe 100 feet away from this coyote, and Chong was totally still. We stood there. We did not move. The coyote must have got done eating somebody's dog because we didn't say nothing, didn't move, and I just stood there by the light, and it went to the field where they have like all that wildlife where you can't touch the trees, and it was going there because that's where they're all living, these wolf coyotes by me. And Chong, we heard like it was like 20 or 30 of them howling at least. There was a whole big pack howling. So he literally walked real slow and walked me back home. And he did not say nothing. And thank God I wasn't live streaming because I was about to ready do some spooky stuff. And I'm glad I didn't because that coyote would have tried the one, and there was more. They would have literally came back with two or three and killed Chong and then try to kill me. So we probably both been dead. But yeah, you gotta watch these. I feel bad for the homeless and in Ohio because they got to deal with these wolf coyotes now, and they just don't care. These things will just they will eat anything, and then we have this guy that complains about dog poop because he has to clean it up when people don't clean up their dog poop. And where that thing was howling, there was this huge big pile, and I'm saying it was as big as my hand, but a little bigger like that. And he thinks it's always us. And I told this guy that's not dog poop. I go, that's something that ate a dog poop. So, and then he told me he's gonna tell the front office about the coyotes. And I was like, you should because they're hiding in the dark areas behind there. I go, put a light back there because they won't go in areas with light. If they can hide in a darker area, they will. And they won't put a light in the back. So I told them, I was like, yeah, whoever's cat gets out or dog, they're just going to go and eat them. There has to be two lights in the back. So, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, be careful. I don't know what parts of Ohio, but I know in the Parma area they're at, or anywhere where it's like rural. And I think southern parts of Ohio also, because there's all those wooded areas. So if you're going through any kind of like places like that, well, be extra careful because they are all through Ohio, and I think they're going to migrate out of Ohio and go somewhere else. And these things are vicious because they have dog in them, and they're already coyotes, so and now they got a wolf blood, so they're gonna do something nasty eventually. They're already doing nasty things. There was a lady in the Parma area that I guess she was walking home or something, and they heard screaming, and they called the cops, and everybody was afraid to go outside. So I guess in Ohio, in certain parts, you don't got to worry about the gangs. You just got to worry about the coyotes now. Me and Chong don't go out after a certain time, and if we do, it's four trees by the light. I'm not trying to have me and Chong get eaten up by wolves. and coyotes and stuff because I'm good. I don't I don't desire to die this way, and I refuse to die this way, so this is just how I roll, but this has been actually a really good stream. I think it's one of the best streams I ever had. But I do have my husband coming home very soon here. So I'm gonna probably have to close up here. Because he gets home and he wants to play YouTube. And he wants to listen to all the stuff that I'm not allowed to have on my stream. So I can't have that because if any of that comes on the stream, then they just shut me down. So, or I get a warning or something. I don't know. I've already got a. I don't even know what I did. I think it was because I didn't press for altered content and I forgot to press the button and I got in trouble and got my page shut down for an hour. And I was trying to figure out how I offended YouTube enough for this, but I should have pressed that button that my stuff is not altered. Because I don't know how to edit out mistakes and this and that. And I feel if it's not real, why put it out there? And if I do make a mistake or something happens, then so what? At least you know that I'm a real person. You know, if my dog or my cats come by and like to cause a bunch of crazy chaos, that's just my life. I rescue Chong and I love cats. So that's just what I am. I'm a dog and cat rescuer. Oh, well, thank you. I did try to fix my hair. I was champagne blonde, and I don't know what the hell happened. It ended up like a reddish color because I have red highlights, but I was trying to get something kind of spiffy looking. But since I figure I'm on YouTube and stuff, I might as well try to look a little more hip. And then I cut my hair, but I'm gonna let it grow back. But back, I'm gonna keep it shaded and put in all the stuff because it's easier when you want to like keep a different color to shorten it than let it get long. And I did this because I used to be a model when I was younger for like prom dresses and stuff like that. So I learned how to do hair and highlights and just little stuff like that. Because my family had to be fancy. That's how they were. That's how I know how some fancy people are not nice. So, but I gotta take Chong out, so I'll be back tomorrow after I see the dog lady. And I'll be taping Chong's training session also with the lady that trains horses. So you'll see that. And I'll post that tomorrow because I do have to do that when I only work 8 hours tomorrow. But Saturday and Sunday I work 12, so that's going to be rough trying to come on here with a 12-hour shift. So Friday I'll do that, and I'm going to try to do a stream, and then Saturday and Sunday I'm going to be exhausted. And I can't change jobs right now because I got too much stuff going on with this dental insurance. And if I lose the dental insurance, I got issues in the world. And I got to make it to this dentist. So, but I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'm going to take Chong out and thank you so much. Oh, I wouldn't know a question if you're going to get a job as a software engineer by next month. There's a lot of circumstances that would entail that. I would meditate on that one and try to manifest it, as everybody says, because I wouldn't know enough detail about that at all to be able to even answer a question like that. So I'm sorry, but that's just something I don't know if any human being could tell you. So I would literally just try to, like I said, just meditate. Meditate and manifest and see what comes to you. I mean, you may as well, you might get it. Who knows? But this is stuff that really no one's allowed to know. And that's where you got to ask that higher power. I call it God. When you manifest, you're talking to the higher power. So you would have to talk to God and manifest, and you could do it with a crystal or a cross. And I would literally see what comes about in that situation. So that's my best advice on that one. And I've done this, and I have got an answer. It's generally in my dreams type thing, but it could come to you in different ways. I don't know. I don't know. I always get it when I fall asleep or in that sleepy state. But you just got to find out kind of what one works for you. So, but I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for an awesome night, and I really appreciate the support. But I am going to tape his training session tomorrow. And I will tell you that she did say to get him a prong collar. And I don't have him on a prong collar because I hate my dog. I'm doing it because I love him and I want him to be properly trained. And he is a service dog. So my goal is not to keep it all the time. When he's done with this trainer, he's not going to have a collar no more. This is our whole operation. Oh, you're welcome. And I'll pray for you, Raul. And I'll pray for you myself. And I'll ask the higher power to help you get your software engineer job. And I hope you get it because that's within his realm of the light and not mine. I am only a human being that sometimes could pick up things that people talk through, but other than that, that's all I am. I'm not a god or nothing else. So, but I'll be on tomorrow, and then I'm gonna tape Chong's training session, and that'll be exciting because you can see service dog training 101. So I'm just letting you guys know about the prong collar, just so you know I'm not a horrible dog mom. My dog is a German Shepherd, and he's also a pit bull mix with black lab. My dog he has a lot of muscle, and that's one thing that I need to. Well, getting him in full training as a service dog to get him where he needs to be because I don't want to do any of that electric stuff with his. I don't believe in electric collars. I don't. So with the trainer, I bought it, and she's gonna put it on and make sure it's tight enough. And our goal is to get him off of it because he's a big dog. Big dogs got big muscles. And it was funny. She said that he is stubborn as a horse. And I thought it was hilarious because she's a horse trainer and it's hard to train a horse, and she's trained a wild horse. And she's trained a lot of service dogs and King Corsos. So I have faith in my friend Ella. So I will be taping that tomorrow. And I'm about ready to get off here, Creative Art. So You can leave a comment for me because I did answer like 12 of them, and I could do the readings on comments. Whatever was asked here, where the energy is, I do have this ball thing that has a black rose that somebody gave me that passed away, and it does pick up energy. And this room in my bedroom has my altar in it, so I can do your reading from here on a comment, just so you know. And I can. So, and I can type it out for you and everything. So, but I will end this, and I hope everybody is having a good day. And if any missed anybody, just leave it in the comments. There, there it goes.